Hey everybody, it's Barry
and Dave
here with another episode of Hooked on Headwaters.
Right.
Just coming off of the Easter weekend or Easter week, so
happy Easter, everybody!
Celebrate Easter. Yep, absolutely happy Easter. And this week we're going to go ahead and do a couple things a little bit different. We're going to speed up a little bit. We got a couple updates we want to put out there for you. We got a little contest we're running, and we're going to, of course, have some updates from Jerry and Dan. They're got some good catches this week, so we're going to just pull them in as far as video goes, and they give you an update on that. So what's the first thing we want to talk about here?
Well, we're going to have a contest. Might as well put that out first.
Okay.
All right. This is, name of contest is Where You At?
Where you at?
Where you at?
Where you at?
So you need to comment down below and let us know where you're watching the video from. So we just want to be a good little thing to see where everyone's at across the country. And once you input your comment, we will gather the information and have a drawing next week.
Yep. So we totally randomized drawing like we always do.
Yeah. We've got some nice, couple of nice American Baitworks bait packages for you. So be on the lookout for that, and make sure you comment below. Where you at?
Where you at? That's it. Second update. If you have not already figured this out, Baitfuel is available on the American Baitworks website. If you're in the Florida area, or at least in the Brevard County area, you will not find it in any of the stores. Probably mostly across the country, you're not going to find it in the stores yet. There's one particular chain it's going to be launched out in, but for now you can get it on the AmericanBaitworks.com website. And if you do what, Dave?
If you go to their website and order, be sure, don't forget, use the coupon code Headwaters15. That will give you a 15% discount on your purchase. Not only a Baitfuel purchase, but any other purchases you make from their website, and that all their baits and all their rods.
Yeah,
all the halo rods.
Yep. And we actually have some that we're going to go ahead and do a video on for y'all, showing you how to use it the best way. We're going to go out and do some on the water stuff for y'all, so that you can kind of get an idea of how it works and different ways to use it, things like that. So we'll be on the lookout for that video coming to you next week as well. And we'll also be doing another contest where we'll be giving away some Baitfuel.
All right, so that's going to be a good one. Be on the lookout for that.
Yep. And if you have any doubt that this stuff works, go watch JT Kenny's video on the Baitfuel. Rob, who owns a local marine repair center here, happened to use it to win the Okeechobee tournament. He only pulled in about 60 grand or so using some Baitfuel and actually Okeechobee crawl, which is my favorite color worm. If you didn't see it in the last video, go watch the last video. That Okeechobee crawl color is just
I was out on the kayak this Saturday morning. Second cast, Okeechobee crawl, the big bopper. Wham!
Bite. That's it.
Nice little bite, nice fish.
No doubt. Speaking of being out on the water, the other thing we want to do is announce a special for
bow fishing. Yeah, so we have some good footage on a recent from a recent bow fishing trip, and so for the next month, if you book a trip through us, Hooked on Headwaters bow fishing, the information will be below. We have a discounted rate of $199 for that trip.
You are going to have a ton of fun. It's just if you've never done it before, do it. If you've got a girlfriend or a wife, team up. I'm telling you, we had a couple out this last week. Friends of my wife's came in, husband, wife. We took them out. Absolute blast. The competition was fierce between them. They were really on. And as usual, Jody wound up striking first, and then Patrick had to hurry up and do something to catch up, because he was like, man, if I don't get one, I'm going to never live it down when I get back to New York. So they had a fantastic time and are recommending it to all their friends. It was just so different. They've never been out on the marsh. They've never seen anything like it. So it's just a great experience to be out there where we take y'all. So $199 special. Go ahead and you reach out to Dave at hookedonheadwaters.com, Barry at hookedonheadwaters.com. We'll get you scheduled up and set up.
And we'll train you. If you haven't done it before, we'll let you practice, set you up before we get on the water, and then we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's really one of the coolest things to be done on water for sure.
Yeah, yep, yep.
It's unique.
And we had, yeah, neither one, Magic might have, but then we had two other guys that were out that had never shot a bow either. Yeah. Never shot a bow. Two other guys, and they did real well as well. So don't worry about it. I've never shot a bow. Don't worry about anything. You're just gonna have a great time. So we're gonna.
In terms of fishing report, what I hear is that it's post spawn. However, they're still apparently still hooking into some spawning fish. So there's still some big females out there working their way up to the bed areas. So. Otherwise, majority they've all pulled back, so they're going into that spring pattern. They're going to a little deeper water, well, shallow water in the morning, pulling back to the deeper waters, working the. So I would start shallow, work our way back, your way back to the drop offs, and then the deeper pockets. Drop
offs to any ditch runs, any of that kind of thing, where it just goes from hydrilla to just bloop.
Drops. Yeah, we went out and did a little fishing with Dan. There's a video on that. We did for those who've missed it, that video. Tell them about the video.
Yeah, we did a breakdown on rod, reel, best combinations. It was more of a beginner style video, but we did add a lot of good content in there, something you might pick up on. We recommended baits, things like that, and when we got done, we went ahead and did a little fishing. I happened to hang into a nice one there on the Okeechobee craw, well, of course. And Dan, we were using square bills. They were doing very good. And then we also, once we got into a drop-off canal, ditch, whatever you want to call them, same thing. Dan decided to switch up to the rattle trap, first cast fish, second cast fish, third cast fish. And it just kept going from there.
And those fish were, just all of them were laying on the edge of the hydrilla, or the edge of those drops. They were all caught on that. On that retrieve.
And that's going to be similar across the lake too. It's not just where we were. It's more the drop. So that's where you're going to find them. So there they are. Their fish are there, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt.
Let us know what's happening in your area of the country. You may be in pre-spawn or spawn. Further north.
All right, we're about to jump over to Dan and Jerry's updates for the week, but before we do, we want to go ahead and mention that we do have a group for Hooked on Headwaters. So if you have not joined the group yet, go ahead and do so. Why do we want to do that, Dave?
Because we want to see your catch. Of course. It doesn't matter where you live, just what type of fish. Send them over.
It can be an Alaskan pollock, it can be a muskie, it can be a speck brim, it does not matter. It can be a snook, it makes no difference. We just like to see fish coming from all around the country, around the world for that matter. So send in those fish pics, let us know what you got them on. Just a little,
the location, what you got them on. If you have a little story behind the catch, share that with us. Yeah. It's all good stuff, all good news and information that folks like to read about.
Right. And maybe there's some really cool spots up north that some of us southern guys should go up and visit sometime.
Yeah.
Check out.
Just not next week or the next couple of days because of that nor'easter, and apparently you guys are about to get that 1 to 2 feet of snow.
Still snow.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we need a little bit warmer weather. So,
send us pictures of the snow. If you get snow, send us pictures of the snow.
There you go. Out in your boat, in the middle of the snow blizzard, that would be great.
That'd be cool.
So we're going to go ahead and jump over to Jerry and Dan now, and you can catch up on their reports from this last week.
And they'll be back-to-back videos. Okay? And here we go.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Jerry from Hooked on Headwaters. I am coming to you today from the beautiful Lake Garcias. Alright folks, first off, happy Easter Sunday for everybody and their families. Everybody spend time together. Have a good Easter. Now, I'm just going to give you a little weekly report about how I did this week. Kind of fish I caught, where I caught them at. We spent a couple days in the beginning of the week in Lake Headwaters, and we did really well. We were catching some really small fish the last few weeks, and we got into some good quality fish this week. 5-6 pounders, even had a couple fish that were a little bit over 8 pounds post spawn. Catching these fish in super deep water, 25, 26, 27, 28 foot. Free line and shiners. And then we did the last 2 days in Kenansville. Holy smokes. We got a fish in there yesterday, a little little over 8 pounds. Probably 20 other fish in the 4 or 5 pound class. We got a giant this morning, 9 pounds, 8 ounce, still pre-spawned, and one a little over 8 this morning, still pre-spawned. Dave's going to have those pictures up for you. He's going to show you all those pictures. And so yeah, that was my week. You know, I did 4 trips and we did really well all week long. And right now, with summer coming, I am getting ready to start offering right now artificial trips. So anybody interested in going out on the lake with me and fishing spooks or flukes or trick worms or whatever have you, Dave and Barry have my information on how to get a hold of me. And so I'm definitely going to be doing some of that. I think the rest of the boys are busy this week. I believe Dan's been pretty booked up with trips. I believe Dave and Barry may have some stuff going on with bow fishing. So yeah, we're steadily at it, guys, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. And you know, that's about it for me this week. If you're interested in booking a trip, you know how to get a hold of me. And I wish all you guys a happy Easter, and we'll see you next week.
Hey guys, it's Dan with Fish Hand Guide Service, part of the Hooked on Headwaters crew. Here to give you a quick lake report for the week. If you hear the helicopter in the background, it's part of the Sheriff's Office helo crew. Being an aviator myself, I enjoy hearing airplane noise and any kind of aviation stuff. So this week I've had a pretty good week. Had a couple guys, Caesar and Frank from New York area, come down and fish with me. We did some bass fishing the first day. They fished with me 2 days. And we did kind of a combo trip with some different fish we caught. The second day we caught a good number of specks, which some of you guys know as crappie. We had a fair amount of bass caught, and of course the bluegill, gar, things like that, mudfish. Had a good time with those guys. So things are kind of changing with the lake now. The grass is really starting to grow. We have the longer days. So the hydrilla is really starting to top out. When I talk about the grass is really growing, I'm mainly referring to the hydrilla. So there's a lot of places in the lake that I was fishing a month ago that I'm not fishing now due to that fact. So hydrilla grows super fast, and it kind of chokes out areas and tops out areas that were not a long time ago were quite fishable. So that kind of changes the fish's attitude, or possibly changing where we can actually fish effectively. So a lot of the northern half of the lake, like the Fellsmere Reservoir portion of it, as we go along, there are still fish to be caught up there, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. A lot of that northern portion of the lake, that grass is getting closer and closer and closer to the surface. So at some point here in the very near future, it's going to be topped out. The fish are starting to, in my opinion, are starting to go into more of like a summertime attitude. I don't necessarily want to call it a pattern, because I don't think the bass are as easy to pattern as they might be in, say, in a state like Georgia, Alabama. These other places that have kind of inland reservoirs that are much deeper. That's just my opinion. So things are a changing there at Headwaters. It's always changing in Florida. You can go from one week to the next in a body of water like, say, Garcia's or Headwaters, and it looks somewhat or markedly different than it did a week, maybe 2 weeks or a month ago. Still catching the fish on a lot of the same stuff I talk about a lot. I had a great trip a few days ago, in an afternoon trip, and caught them on square bills. I mean, the guys probably caught somewhere between 35 and 40 fish on square bills, and a few on live bait. So that stuff's pretty good. I was out with Dave and Barry recently, and we caught a few on square bills. Again, the speed worms. There's a lot of things that I fish with that are pretty simplistic for catching fish, but they're very effective. I caught some on rattle traps too, or a lipless crankbait. They weren't necessarily all rattle traps. Went in an area and we were catching them on the square bill and they kind of shut off, and some of the square bills are a silent running square bill, no rattles. Picked up a lipless crankbait and had like 3 in a row. So something to think about with that. Some other cool things about the lake that a lot of you guys that you fish that you may not notice. The things that I noticed that, maybe you have family members that want to come down from up north, or even here in Florida, that you want, your family wants to do something different. They're not as interested in fishing as you are. The birds are starting to nest, and it's pretty cool when you start seeing great blue herons that are actually building nests, red-winged blackbirds, boat-tailed grackles, the roseate spoonbills, cattle egrets, tricolored herons are starting to nest now. They're in their, they're in their mating stage this time of year. So it's really cool. There's a lot to see at Headwaters, and it's not just about fish, guys. There's a lot of other things that are really cool that have come about because of what the FWC and the St. Johns River Water Management District, in their partnership with this lake, what they've done is they created a new ecosystem. So there's a lot of really cool stuff just to see visually. It's really cool to be out there and see how the animals have taken to this place. It's actually, in my opinion, it's really cool to see a lot of this stuff. But again, back to the fishing, it's been pretty good. I haven't had any real big fish caught lately. I know Jerry in the last couple days has smacked some big ones, some on Headwaters and over on Kenansville. So Jerry's been cracking them pretty good. So, and I know a lot of the other guys, they've been catching some big ones too. We've caught good numbers. I just haven't had a big one in the boat, over 5.5, 6 pounds in a few days. So anyway, I hope this helps, guys. I hope you guys get out there on the lake, catch some fish. It's going to start getting hot, so probably do some more early morning and afternoon. Like I was telling you, the square bill bite was pretty good the other day. Now that was an afternoon trip, so keep that in mind. If it's starting to get hot in the middle of the day, fish morning, go back, get some lunch, come back in the afternoon and hit it hard again, and I think it'll be successful. So maybe we'll see you on the water. See you guys.
All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the updates from Dan and Jerry. As always, they're out there catching fish, so if you're looking for a guide, make sure you hook up with these guys. You'll have a great time, lots of fun, whether you want to get out with Dan and hit the regular bass boat style, Jerry with the airboat style, or Jerry can do the regular boat style as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right,
take your pick, whichever you like, just go with it. They're both absolutely qualified and great guides. Dave, also, you want to take a trip when it comes to the saltwater or freshwater, Dave's got some spots out there at Forks Marsh you might want to check out. We got some spots out at Headwaters as far as fish, but if you really want to get out there and have fun and do something completely different while you're here, get out on the river. And
this will be a saltwater, brackish type of water. We launch from the Davis House Inn if you happen to be staying there. And we have we have several launch sites between from Melbourne all the way down to Vero Beach. It all depends where you're staying, what type of trip you're interested in.
Yeah,
so
if you do the fishing thing, you're looking at potential snook, redfish, trout, ladyfish, jacks, black drum.
We're in the season.
Sharks. They're the whole slew of possibilities. Okay. So that, or if you want to take an island excursion with the family, that's another really fun thing to do if you're staying at Davis House, especially. Take the family, bounce over the islands, hang out, walk the trails, just do a little exploring. Yeah,
it's really a unique part of Florida, and we're only about an hour, I'd say between an hour and a half from the Orlando area. So if you vacation down there, you may want to spend a day or two down here and enjoy what we have here in Central East Florida, or what we know we'll call as the Space Coast, and there's just tons of things to do down here. And
don't forget our $199 boat fishing trip special. Hit us up on that. So
we want to thank our sponsors. That would be the Blue Cypress Lakeside Cabins. Tammy and Jim will take care of you. These are cabins along the shore of Blue Cypress Lake. It's just a beautiful place to stay. A little more rustic setting. pull your boat up there. The boat ramp is directly behind them. You will enjoy. It's just a great place all around to stay. And the other place that we enjoy staying and sponsored the channel is the Davis House Inn. Davis's House Inn is located on the Sebastian River in Sebastian, Florida. Another beautiful place to stay within walking distance. Some great eateries. If you like seafood, that's the place to stay. Good variety of restaurants and entertainment within walking distance. So those of you who enjoy an adult beverage and want to walk back home at the end of your evening, this is the place to stay.
That's the place for sure.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right, folks, don't forget, next week we're going to wrap it up here, but next week we'll be talking about bait fuel. If you're looking for bait fuel, because I know the word is spreading fast across the country, get it on AmericanBaitworks.com. Make sure you use Headwaters 15 to get that discount on not only bait fuel, but any baits that you might want to get up over there, including the Okeechobee Craw.
And don't forget, let us know where you at.
That's it.
That's our contest for this week.
Where you at? See y'all later.
So long. Have a great week.